Hey there, friends. No, I'm not here to read you "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." I just got in from a flight to Missouri with my good friends at CMMG, along with Tundra Tactical, Johnny B, and Jared with Guns and Gadgets. And of course, Mike with CMMG and the other guys at CMMG. Had a great time over there. Appreciate everything. We'll have a small video recapping all that soon on some really cool stuff that CMMG is doing. As you guys know, these guys make the best rifles on the planet. I'm a big supporter of theirs, and I've been working with them for going on a few years now. And just super proud of my relationship with those guys and for what they bring to the industry. And their goal is the same as mine. Have, for my own protection, the best possible, most reliable firearm out there, but also do my best to protect the Second Amendment. We align perfectly there, so thank you to those guys. But nevertheless, I just flew in from that trip today, and I've been absent for a couple days on YouTube, and I apologize for that. I'm going to try to get caught up now. I'm not going to have the most polished video today because I'm working on a couple of other projects. Believe it or not, I'm one of the guys who are reading the 1,500 pages of the continuing resolution. As you guys know, Speaker Mike Johnson, the whole reason he got the speakership in the House was because Kevin McCarthy went along with these continuing resolutions like this, right? That's why we got Mike Johnson. There would be no Mike Johnson if Kevin McCarthy hadn't gone along with these continuing resolutions and sided with the Democrats and all this stupid, wasteful pork spending. And believe me, there's plenty of it for Republicans too. I'm just saying, he has abandoned his base, Mike Johnson has, and now he's doing the same thing that we kicked Kevin McCarthy to the curb for. So look for Mike Johnson to be out on the street very soon too, doing the same thing, groveling to everybody else to pay attention to them as Kevin McCarthy, because he's doing the exact same thing. Now, there are some things that I want to point out. I'm going to go probably more into detail on this tomorrow. But something, and I think they're voting on this today at 5 o'clock, by the way, so this video may not even matter. But you guys need to know what's going on. Because not only do you guys not have time to read most of this stuff, their job in Congress is to read this, and they don't read it. I mean, they know what little pet project they have in there, because that's how they get bribed into voting on this crap. But they don't read this stuff. One of the things they put in there, and this will piss you guys off, didn't Trump just win an election based on a crappy economy? I mean, that was a large part of it, right? Didn't you see people outraged about what they're paying for groceries, gasoline, utilities, a number of things out there that cost every American family more money than they did 4 years ago, right? So it was a bit of an economic mandate. People keep talking about the mandate that Trump was given overwhelmingly because of the American people. I think you can break it down more than just being called a mandate. Call it what it is. It's an economic mandate. People were like, wait a minute, I was better off under Trump. I expect that again. And that's what they're going to expect. I think they're going to hold Trump accountable for fixing the economy, get it back the way it was. I think that's what's going to happen. So back to the continuing resolution. Do we all get a massive raise just because? Just because of cost of living? Oh, we had massive inflation, so our bosses will suddenly give us a massive raise to offset that? Is that how it works? Because the members of Congress, they think that's how this works. Let me read a couple things for you here. Congress is preparing to vote on this continuing resolution. In the bill, I hope you guys are sitting down. In the bill is a pay raise for congressmen to lift their pay from $174,000 a year to $243,000 a year, a pay increase of $69,000 a year. For 535 members, Senate 2 is going to be included in this, so 535 members. That's $36 million, $37 million, right? Amidst inflation. So you're adding to the inflation. Your reason for doing this is because of the inflation that you created by sending gazillions of dollars overseas and the wasteful spending, the printing of money. You created this problem. So wait a minute, let me get this straight. You create a crappy economy based on bad decisions and wasteful spending like a drunken sailor. No offense to you drunken sailors out there, because trust me, I would trust you with our budget before I would these members of Congress. But you spent all this money drove inflation, and now you need a pay increase to offset the inflation that you, in fact, created. What a beautiful thing. Why not just create inflation every single year? If you're going to vote yourself a pay raise to offset the stupid and wasteful spending that you did, and you get this safety net every time a continuing resolution comes up to offset that and gives you a pay raise so that you don't feel that inflation rate, why would you care what a dozen of eggs cost? If a gallon of milk costs $40, whoop-de-doo. You'll just give yourself another $69,000 a year raise because we can do it, right? We're in charge of the purse. That's what's wrong with this country, folks. We got these wasteful jackasses who are spending our money and not even spending real money. It's fake money at this point. And then they roll right back around and put some back in their pockets so that they don't have to feel the sting of any of the crap that we feel. Because, again, they can do it. And back to I'll probably put a whole video together on this, but back to the continuing resolution thing. You want to keep the government open? I think most of you would agree. You know what? Let's try it one time. Let's close the government. F them, right? Just do it one time. Let's just see what it does. Because every single time you save us from closing the government down, we pay the price, literally. Let's just try it one time. What's really going to happen? Oh, Yosemite Park is not going to open? Whoop-de-doo. And guess what? All these furloughed people, they all get paid. Everybody gets back pay. So what? Nobody feels any pain from that. But when you fix the problem, we all feel the pain. Oh, except for you, because now you're going to give yourself a pay increase. This is disgusting. If you want to keep the government open, if you truly want to keep your parks and all this other crap open, oh, we need the Smithsonian to stay open. Good. Tell me what that's going to cost. Don't tell me what your pay raise is. Don't tell me what the new vaccine mandate is going to cost us, because believe me, that's in there. There's a whole lot of COVID-related type rules and regulations and money that's built into this 1,500-something page continuing resolution. Because nobody's reading it. The general public doesn't want to read this because we're thinking, that's your job to read it. You read it and vote down what shouldn't be in there, but you won't do it. Because if you were honest about, quote, keeping the government open, you would decide what that amount of money is and not add all this other crap, including your pay raise, and say, all right, guys, this is what we need. Do you realize how far that would get you with the American people? How happy people would be with you? If all of the members of Congress fought like that and did that, guaranteed re-election. Probably no matter what other stupid things you do. Guaranteed re-election. But you can't do that because that's not how the game is played. That's not how you people roll your $174,000 a year pay into a freaking millionaire whenever you leave. So now we're feeling sorry for the poor members of Congress. So we're going to give them who gets a $69,000 a year pay raise? Any of you? Americans should be outraged with the piss poor management of our money by these jackasses in Washington, D.C.
I don't understand the point that you're making.
God save the Queen, man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America. He's over.